Okay, guys, let's discuss the results from last Friday regarding the UK council elections. And I will say at the end my thoughts on reform, on what they mean at the end of this video, which is the most important bit. But let's digest what happened. 677 seats for reform from nothing, 10 councils, 1 MP. Truly a shocker to the UK political system. They've never seen anything like that. I don't think anything's been like this. It is local elections, only 32% turnout, so it's a bit of a joke, but still it is a shocker, and it's also a very few limited councils. Remember Labour cancelling a lot of elections in areas they knew they were going to lose. Yeah, there's your democracy. So some will be done next year. But still, the message is clear. People have had enough. Great message. So the first thing is, the Tories are done. People don't know that they're the uniparty. They know that they're exactly the same as Labour. They blew it. 14 years of ruling exactly like Labour, exactly like Blair, introducing all the hate laws, introducing all the net zero craziness, introducing the 2030 targets. Basically completely Labour, but pretending they're Conservative, right? Highest legal migration ×4 every year of what Blair had. Yes, again, you heard that right. 250,000 was the highest Blair ever had. They were doing, the Tories, 1 million a year. And regardless of who was in charge, Boris or Sunak, it was always 1 million a year, and they didn't care. This is legal, by the way. It could be done in 5 seconds change. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Oh, this immigration. I mean, people had had enough. They see through it. They're uniparty. They're not real. They're not right-wing in any way. They're completely WEF controlled. So thank God. I'm very impressed, by the way. That is a very impressive thing about the UK population. Way ahead of its time, right? This is even ahead of America's time, by the way. Very, very impressive, and I'll explain why. Number 2, obviously, Labour down to just 98 seats. They lost 178, like a total wipeout for Labour. Again, showing that people don't trust them, but it's more of a shift to the Lib Dems. It wasn't like we're going to take those Labour seats and move to Reform. They just shifted their allegiance to the Lib Dems, even more woke, mental party, but still, as long as it's not Labour. Anyway, so there we have it. So Conservative decimated, Labour decimated, 2 big winners, Reform and the Lib Dems. Great. Now, where does that take us? So that takes us to the fact that Keir Starmer, when he was interviewed, he goes, I think this means we have to go faster and forward. It's just totally insane rhetoric. No, that's not what it means. It means you've got to stop what you're doing. He doesn't care. He's moving forward with more mass immigration, more illegal immigration, more net zero craziness. He's not stopping. He's now just going to speed it up because he's got to get it done before he gets kicked out. He's actually being honest. That is what he's going to do. He's just going to move forward with his WEF plan, quicker, faster, and forward with his plan. He's not changing. He's not going to fire anyone. People think, oh, he's going to make this reshuffle. He's not. He's not. He's got a goal. His goal is to totally change the UK, to take it out of contention, and that's it. Now, why is the UK? I'm very proud of the UK. And that is the UK was the first country. It's had 14 years of Tory rule. It was voted in David Cameron in 2010 because they wanted a right-wing party. Remember, he promised we're reducing migration to the tens of thousands. Anyway, he obviously increased it above Labour because he's a uniparty shill, right? He increased it and nothing happened. So that is that's a first sign that the UK voted in the Tories in 2010 to try to go right wing. Didn't work. So then they said, okay, we're going to do Brexit. They did Brexit, was never given, was never done. Even now it's not done. Now it's Northern Ireland is still basically part of Europe. The fish is still fished by the French. It's a total farce. It's Brexit in name only, was never given, right? It's a load of rubbish. Brexit has never happened. So we've got this Brexit that was voted for, never given. So then they said, I don't get this, what the heck? Theresa May comes in, she's going to lose, basically. She lost her a majority in Parliament, and they were going to lose. So what do? They get in Boris, one of the best Parliament speeches I've probably ever heard. Amazing. He's the new Churchill. And again, he's just a uniparty shill. All fake, a fraud, signed up to all the COVID rubbish, all the pandemic insanity, as many lockdowns as possible, pay everyone to do nothing. And still, migration went from 250 to 500 to 750 to 1 million. And then they got Sunak in over some Partygate load of rubbish. They just wanted to change the deck chairs just to pretend that they got someone different. Really, no one was going to vote for Sunak either. And obviously that, but as long as we can keep immigration very, very high under him, that's all they wanted. And pass the baton to Starmer, who's exactly the same, right? They're all the same. So the British people have seen through it, and that's why reform came in. Very impressive Britain. Now, final point. Is reform different? So, before the last election, before Farage even got in, I actually think they did. I was very pro-reform. I told everyone to vote reform. Farage on GB News was saying all the right things, really impressive. He got debanked. His whole family got debanked, remember? It wasn't just him, it was his family. Just pure totalitarian evil going after him, trying to take down GB News. And then he became leader of the Reform Party. And they did, became an MP, right? He got in the door, and obviously once that happened, he flipped. He flipped. Now look at their manifesto. I dare you, look at it. Will you stop all immigration like the US? Donald Trump has stopped it 99%. No, we're still going to have healthcare workers. Oh, really? Do you know what that means, by the way, for the UK? The UK generates 8,000 of its own doctors from its own universities a year and imports 18,000 a year, right? So more than 2.5 times are imported. I don't know what it is for nurses, but it must be even more insane. I don't know what it is for care home workers, but it's even more insane. So he's not going to stop immigration. Don't think for a second. What's his plan to stop illegal immigration? He hasn't, and he's been asked a million times what we do. I would stop the boats leaving France. That's what he says. It's meaningless. How are you going to do that? You're going to shoot the boats? You're going to send the military there to slash all that? No plan. You're going to stop the Royal Navy going over halfway and bringing them, basically shipping them over? That's basically what they're doing. It's a taxi service. Are you going to do that? No words. So he chucked out Rupert Lowe. It's a sign he does not want to stop immigration. He does not want it. He maybe will reduce it a bit and call it a win. So at the moment, with the crazy numbers, from 1 million to 500,000 would be amazing. But 500,000 isn't even the first year of Boris Johnson. Do you understand? That's how pathetic it is. So he could even halve it, as I said, from 1 million to 500,000, call it a win, amazing. But 500,000 still means the UK is out the window, finished in 10 years. So that is reform. The only soundbite of the night was, I forgot who won it, one of the reform councillors, and she said, I would put them, illegal migrants, up in tents. Great, good point. That's what they do in France. If you've ever been to France, that is exactly what they do. They put them in tents, no hotels, no rented accommodation, nothing. They're in tents, right? And they basically stick them next to Calais so that they leave into the UK. That's what they do. Will the UK actually do that? No. She's the council head now. She's the head of that council. Reform owns that council. Go on, put them up in tents. No way. No way it's happening. Reform is simply more rhetoric. They might do a few tweaks and changes, which is better, I suppose, than the rest. But it's, again, just the establishment giving you a few little sweets while they're robbing you blind behind. I think reform is exactly the same. Personally, I would vote reform. I did recommend everyone to vote last time. And obviously this time in an election, I would say, if you've got no other choice, they're better than everyone else. But you vote reform. But don't think anything's going to change, guys. They really are the party of, they're not going to change that much. They'll give you a little tweaks, they'll give you a few little things, but nothing big is going to happen. As you've noticed, no more debanking issues with Nigel Farage, no more establishment attacks on him. He's been given free rein. He's cancelling Rupert Lowe, he's cancelling this one. The whole of GB News has been wiped clean. Mark Stein, Neil Oliver, the Reverend, Lawrence Fox, all been taken out. Dan Wootton, all been wiped out. It's now hermetically clean. That comedian, he was really good, I forgot who he was, all gone. You just have now clean, sanitized, woke form of right wing, that is GB News under Nigel's head, and it's now no problems with Ofcom. Everyone's okay. Everyone's accepted reform, and they've been allowed to have their turn. I think they've been introduced to be a uniparty, part of the uniparty. But as I said, again, there is no other option, so you might as well give your vote to them rather than the others. But do I think it will be a major change in the UK? No. More managed decline, all on target for the West's plan, now been delayed from 2030 to 2035.